following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a great show for you guys today. I'm super excited about it. Before we tell you about it, let's say hi to our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Howdy do, howdy do.
So it's going to be a fun show today, you guys. I want to thank everybody for sending me all the get well wishes for my kidney stone. Slowly getting better. I got a little ways to go, but it's getting better slowly. So thanks for all the text messages and messages on Facebook. I appreciate it. And chat room, hello. Not too many people in there at the moment, but hopefully it builds up. Hello, Stefan. Thanks for everything. And say hello to Tina. And we want to say hi to Sylvia Polite. We have a great show for you guys today. We have our second guest is character actor Louis Lombardi. You guys know him, especially for mob stuff, because he's in every major mob thing that there is. So it'll be a lot of fun. And he's an actor, producer, and director. And our first guest is the Black Ranger, Zach Taylor, plays the character Zach Taylor on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And he's going to be our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's our 7th Power Ranger that someone from the Power Ranger series that's coming on the show. He's one of the most important ones out of all of them. He's the most recognizable. And so I'm super excited to have him on the show, on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So
I'm exhausted from listening to him. Come on,
I am too. Astro, you want to come on? Come on, Astro.
Come on, Astro.
Oh, he has to come this. Come on, Astro.
Come on, the
So
other
you guys,
side,
here comes
stupid.
Astro.
The other side. No, Astro, you're going the wrong way.
Come here, Astro.
Okay, enough.
Oh, hey, we tried.
No,
He'll come up eventually.
now he'll
figure it
claw
out.
me. Look what he did to me. I have such a gouge here. He used his back legs to leap off me, and his nail cut me so deep. I have more cuts on my arms from this dog. You wouldn't believe it.
We got him a haircut though since then.
And
Hi.
his nails cut, but his nails fracture.
Still kind of sharp, yeah.
When they cut them, they fracture them and they become little spears like needles. So it's like having a cat that scratches. Now I have a dog that scratches. Well, what are you going to do?
All the time.
I love him to pieces and he could kill me. I don't care.
And he could do no wrong. No matter what he does
He
no
can't
wrong.
do no wrong. He could do no way. The holes he put in me are love holes. Right,
It was
Astro?
a really big one, though. It was a
Yeah.
really big one. We've had it bandaged for like a
I
week.
mean, he actually lifted the skin. It's healing better. Right, Astro? You try to kill Daddy?
Anyway, hope everybody's doing well out there. Lots of fun stuff
It's
going
been a
on.
rough time with Jimmy with his problem because he's been suffering for a long time with that stupid stone.
34 days into it.
And they blew the stone up and the stone is gone. But now it's the aftermath that stinks. The catheter and all this
The
stuff.
stent. I have a urethral stent and a catheter and a lot of pain.
It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. And I got to tell you, that hospital stinks.
I agree.
It's awful. I couldn't get any information out of them. I had a fight with them in the lobby. I went berserk. I was like a real guinea. I became a Brooklyn guinea with the vulgar, fuck you, and I'm screaming at them. I went berserk because it was hot and I don't feel good. And I'm in the car for hours waiting for him. And it's supposed to be 2:00 and they don't make the operation at 2:00. I want information. And the two bastards at the desk, those two friggin', I don't know where they came from, creatures with no poise, no caring, just cold, rotten men, said, go sit over there and look at the screen and you'll find out where he is. I said, listen, I'm too sick to do that.
It was terrible.
Just give me information. Where is he? Has he been operated? And they said no. I said, this is not. I said at Eisenhower, they give me all that information. And the guy said, well, this is not Eisenhower. I said, I know it's not. This is a shithole, a horrible hospital. And then I finally got so angry. I just said, oh, fuck all of you. And I walked out of the lobby screaming like a...
They didn't give me any instructions when I left.
Nothing. Horrible.
They left the thing in my hand for the IV. They didn't
Right.
even take it out. So when I got home and I had to pull it out myself, and it gushed blood everywhere, all over the kitchen, all over the bathroom.
I've never heard of anyone leaving a hospital with an IV. And that is the most horrible hospital. It's the hospital in Palm Springs. What is it called?
Desert Regional Medical. Desert Regional Medical
Desert
Center.
Regional. If you go there, you have to speak Spanish because everybody in that hospital is Spanish from top to bottom. And I think if you're not Spanish, you're treated differently. I may be stupid in that thinking. It may be a racist remark, but it's what I feel. Sometimes I feel there's racism against me because I'm white and a natural-born American.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be wrong.
It was terrible. The whole
But
experience
The
was
hospital
terrible.
stinks. I don't advise going there.
I don't know why. The first time I went,
It's potluck.
The first time I went there for 3 days.
Eisenhower is the best hospital in Palm Springs.
I went in there for 3 days. They should have done it then while they had me in there. Instead,
Right.
I had to wait 2 more weeks to get it done. And now
Terrible.
I have to keep the stuff in there for a whole nother week until next Tuesday. So it's not been fun.
Terrible. Eisenhower, I've had surgeries. I had my knee. Everything goes successfully. They help you. They're beautiful. It's an elegant hospital. I asked a doctor, I said, why is it that Eisenhower is such a good hospital and this one stinks? He said, because Eisenhower caters to rich people. And rich people get the best treatment, but poor people don't. He said, this hospital is a poor hospital. It's a Medicare hospital. And that's why they take care of the poor people. But poor people don't get the same treatment as rich people. So I said, well, I'm not rich. When I go in under Medicare because I'm over 65 and my treatment is fabulous. He said, well, maybe it's because you're white and a Republican. And I looked at him. I thought, what an assumption. Well, where do you come from to assume such a thing? Anyway, hospitals are not what they were.
Healthcare is just not good here.
Oh, everybody I talk, even in Florida, a friend of mine said to me, he said, don't come here if you're looking for medical attention because they killed my father. He said they didn't give him proper care. So it's a terrible thing to hear all these situations. Hospitals are now hiring doctors from I don't know where, from some foreign world. And it's not what it was. It used to be one time all Jewish people were doctors and they were intelligent and they were very good doctors. And it was a time when we had less people here. So we were able to have more attention given to us by the medical field. Now, as you know, you wait 3 and 4 months to see a doctor. You could drop dead in that time period.
Most of my doctor's appointments take like three
Three
to
to four
4 months to get an appointment.
And that's terrible because a couple of, like 10 years ago, I remember getting appointments right away.
Yes.
You call a doctor. Anyway, the world has changed. We're dealing in different times. And you have to have patience now. And you have to learn that you do everything twice. Nothing is done as it was years ago once. Everything is twice.
Anyway.
But he's fine. He's doing good.
I'm doing better. Yes.
It's just a matter of time to heal, and he'll be back to himself, and this unpleasant memory will be forgotten.
And I'm ready for it to be forgotten. Big time. I'm ready for it to be forgotten.
Right. And as far as the hospitals go in Florida, in Boca, I don't know. I'll find out when I get there.
Absolutely. So in the meantime, moving this up a little bit, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. This week's show is going to be way better.
As far as my voice goes, it's still bad from the sand. So I'm still raspy and hoarse. So forgive me for having this awful voice.
Actually, it's not too bad today, though.
Or at times it goes down really low. So
yes, it does.
It's very hard dealing with the sand. I'm having a difficult time.
So you guys, you can hear the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're on Libsyn, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. We're also on about 150 other platforms, but those are the main ones. And I see that our guest is already here, and I'm super, super excited to bring him on. So let's just bring him in if he's there.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Walter, what's up? There's no E. Okay, Walter E. Jones or Walter Jones, you guys. How you doing?
I'm quite well. I'm quite well. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and I'm super excited to have you on. Let me do a quick intro
Okay.
for everybody tuning in. All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actor, dancer, singer, voice artist, and martial artist, Walter Jones. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Happy to be here.
This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
What's
Yes,
up, Ron?
I understand that you're the big cheese in that TV series.
I'm among the big cheeses. There were 6 of us, so
No, but I heard you're the number one guy.
okay.
I
Well, I think that's a good rumor.
watch your show. I don't know why I don't watch it, but I don't even know where it is.
It's
You have-
okay.
You have to be more specific about
We're going to
these
be
things.
more specific in a minute. First of all, I want to tell you that you are our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are our 7th person from the Power Rangers franchise that we've had on the show.
Is that right?
It was a kid show, and everybody on it was like 14 years old.
It is. Well, he probably started on it when he was about. How old were you when you were on the Power Rangers?
I was actually 26 playing 16.
26 playing 16. Holy
But
shit,
you
you're
know-
old.
You know what? You look like a kid still.
Thank you.
really
Thank
do.
you. I like
No,
to
you-
say Zach don't crack.
That's right. It don't.
Black don't crack is right.
No, he said Zach don't crack. Zach is black, but don't crack.
Okay. No, you look very young, so you have to be like 14 or 15 to be on the Power Rangers, right?
No. I was playing a 16-year-old, but I was quite an adult. I had already traveled the world on cruise ships, graduated from college, and was working in LA as an actor, dancer, and singer.
I love that, and I didn't know that you were. We're going to play one of your music videos later on while we got you on, because I also have another podcast we're going to feature your music on. It's the #1 music commentary podcast on Apple Podcasts, and so you have 2 videos. So I'm going to do that this week.
I love that.
But anyway, so we've had Jason David Frank on. All right, rest in peace.
Yes.
Steve Cardenas has been on. Catherine Sutherland,
Nice.
Robert Axelrod, Michael Copon, and Serena Vincent, and now we have Walter Jones. But you are like, in my opinion, I guess this is my opinion. You and Jason David Frank are basically, for me, like the most recognizable stars from the Power Rangers. I've got all your action figures and stuff because I collect action figures. I've got a huge collection of action figures. And I was even on eBay today looking at what other stuff I don't have of you, because once I have people on the show, then I got to make sure I get all their shit.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about it. And so you played Zach Taylor, the Black Ranger. First of all, I didn't know you did all these other things either. I noticed that you danced and stuff all the time. Like you have like moves and stuff that are very, dancey when you're a Power Ranger. But I didn't know that you were actually a dancer and a singer until like 2 days ago.
Okay.
So I found it to be super exciting. So tell us a little bit about, like, if you're 26, how did you actually find out about being a Power Ranger? How did you get the audition, and what was it like to audition? And was everybody else a lot younger than you, or was everybody playing down?
Well, I was the oldest. I was the oldest at the time. Well, I continue to be the oldest. I graduated with a degree in musical theater from a school called United States International University School of Performing and Visual Arts. And
Where was that?
It was in San Diego,
Okay.
California. So I got my BFA, my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater, and then I hit the road running. So I started working around. I was doing theater in San Diego at the Old Town Theater, and then I did some theater in LA. I did like shows like Ain't Misbehaving. I did The Wiz. I did a number of different shows. Funny Thing Happened on the way to the Forum. I did 42nd Street. I did a lot of musicals, and then I booked a job on Princess Cruise Lines as an assistant cruise director and the entertainment staff. So I did that for 3 years and decided to give LA a shot because I liked it out there. I liked it a lot. I was able to take free tours, like in places like Alaska. I learned to scuba dive on the Great Barrier Reef. I went and saw like caves in Kuala Lumpur and just all kinds of amazing things that I thought was amazing to my life. I went bungee jumping in Vancouver, DC, and anyway,
Okay.
I thought I love this. I love this life.
Didn't do the bungee jumping thing at all. I parachuted once, and that almost killed me.
Oh.
Like I was so afraid of where you hang out the plane, and they say let go, and you fall backwards. I
Yeah,
thought I was going to pee myself.
Yeah, no, it's quite, and I have a fear of heights, so
So
I didn't expect to go bungee jumping.
I have difficulty in an elevator. If it
Wow.
stops too short. No, really,
Okay.
the elevator stops too quickly and it goes, "Whoa."
Yeah, that feeling.
I couldn't imagine falling from a plane.
You get the butterflies. Well, the falling from a plane, the initial jump out is crazy because like you have to have that release. But once you start falling, you don't really feel much. You don't
Oh, no,
feel
that
the
is
butterflies.
Ugh.
No, it's
You feel like
fun.
the pressure of the wind.
I was in college, so I went to the University of Florida, and I was in a fraternity, and basically all my fraternity brothers were doing it, and I was like, I don't want them to think I'm a pussy, so I
Right.
did it. But I was like 3 people in a plane, and it's a little teeny plane, and the door opens up, and the guy's sitting on your legs, and then he says, put your foot on the strut, let your other foot dangle, and then jump, and it's a tandem line, so it pulls the chute for you already. Once that part was over, it was smooth sailing, and it was a lot of fun. You spend the whole day learning how to land before you do it.
He says he's
Exactly.
not a pussy, all right? I own an Audi TT Roadster, 2-seater, convertible.
Yeah.
We drive in my car, and I have the top down, and he has his hand holding the handle of the door. And I said, "Why do you hold the handle of the door?" He said, "For security." And I thought
nervous.
to myself, "Pussy, this one is the biggest.
I have
the biggest snatch I ever met."
I have a hard time with not being the driver. I've always been the driver my whole life. We've been married for 14 years.
But he
and I usually drive.
jumps out of airplanes. But in my little car, he's terrible.
Yeah, I don't like it.
He's got control issues.
I do have control issues. I really do. I absolutely do.
I feel if man was meant to fly, he would have had wings. And since God didn't give us wings, I like walking.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on. I want to go back. Let's go back. So, because I want to know, how did you become a Power Ranger? Because
Right.
I think
So
it's a big
I
thing.
decided to get off cruise ships. I started working in LA. I got an agent. I got a dance agent. My dance agent was sending me out on different things. I did music videos. I was working at Universal Studios in 3 different shows: American Tale, Beetlejuice Graveyard Review is a rock and roll show, and the Wild West Stunt Show. And one day my agent called me on the way while I was on the way to go do the Star Search with Ed McMahon. Ed McMahon, remember the show? Star
Yeah, I
Search.
love that show.
I was on the way to go do the show in Florida. I was on the plane and I got a call from my agent, my dance agent, and said, "Hey, there's a TV show. It's a kid show, and they're looking for martial artists that can play teenagers, and they're looking for somebody that can dance, do martial arts, and gymnastics." And I'm like, "I can do all that." And they're like, "Well, the audition's tomorrow," and I'm like, "I'm on a plane. I can't go. I'm flying to Florida to do the Star Search." And they're like, "Oh, well, that's a bummer, because if it gets picked up, it's going to be 40 episodes, and that's unheard of. As a young actor, you don't get a show with 40 episodes." And I was like, I was kicking myself. Anyway, I got to Florida. By the time I got there, I lost my voice. I was singing, and I was with a group. We performed, we lost, and I ended up coming straight home on Monday. When I got back on Monday, they called me and said, "Hey, they still want to see you. Can you go in on Wednesday?" So I went in on Wednesday for the audition, and after about 2 weeks of auditioning, I was the new Black Ranger.
I love it. So we actually, on this show, we had Sam Harris. Sam Harris won the very first Star Search.
Yeah.
We had one as a guest. I used to love Star Search. We also had the very first supermodel who won the supermodel thing, Ron Moss's wife,
Right.
Devin DeVasquez. She
Okay.
was a supermodel on Star Search, and her husband is a big soap opera star,
Ron Moss.
Ron Moss.
But you know what I'm thrilled about is all the opportunity given to Black people today. And I'm 86 years old.
Okay.
And when I was a teenager, Black people did not have these opportunities.
No.
You could never be who you are today. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy and thrilled that you are who you are, because you are showing Black people it can be done.
Absolutely.
You did it. You're just more than what you are. You know that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think-
No, I was the first Black superhero on live action TV.
I
So
know
that
that.
is part of Black history.
I think
That's
it's
fabulous. Black people have come a long, long way in short time.
Absolutely.
I think that the fact that, because I really do think that you're like the most recognizable Ranger. I did think David Frank with you, unfortunately, since he's passed.
Yeah.
I think that you are like the legacy. I think everybody is super cool, even the people who are in the different, because there's so many spin-offs from it. But you're
Right.
like the leader. Even like in recently, you did that Netflix one,
Yes.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. You know, and you're the featured star of that.
Yeah. It was the 30th anniversary and the first time I've been back on the show in 28 years. And
Wow.
28 years is a long time.
It is a long time, 28 years.
Yeah.
And you've
But
done so
I
many
jumped right back in and picked off where I left off.
So,
Wow.
and actually,
Are you married?
I am divorced.
okay.
Oh, you want to meet a nice girl?
I always like
laugh.
meeting nice girls.
Don't laugh. She's a very dear friend of mine, and she's looking for a guy.
Is
And
that
her
right?
name is Cece Penninson, and she sang, "Finally, I found someone."
Finally.
Finally, it has happened to
She's a very good friend of
And
ours.
she's absolutely gorgeous,
Oh, I know. I'm sure.
and her boobs are real.
Okay. And how do we know this?
Oh, so we just know because I used to be her publicist, and she's a good friend, and I've been in the room when she's changing and stuff. I know they're real.
Okay.
No. Cece has told me that she's looking for somebody. Really,
Is that right?
she
Everybody's
really
looking for love.
Everybody's
You know,
looking for love. You're right about
Everybody's
that.
looking for love. It's hard to come by these days.
And I said to her, "Do you date white men?" She said, "No, only brothers." Well, you're a brother, so let's
I'm a
make.
brother.
You're a good looking one.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Okay,
She's tall though, isn't she?
well, she's a big girl. She's that's okay. You'll work it out. She's beautiful, by the way.
I'm
And-
starting on a Ron matchmaker.
She's one of the nicest people you'll ever like. You, she's
Have
super
you,
duper
have you
nice.
ever seen her?
I've
You know
never
what-
met her in person. No,
You know what she looks like?
She's
I do.
gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
Oh,
woman.
she's a beautiful woman with a great body. And
Yeah.
I love and adore her. She's one of my closest buddies.
I have to tell you too, like, so one of the reasons why I was so excited to have you come on. I'm a big Power
Oh,
Rangers
I want
fan.
to tell him.
Oh wait,
I'm the only person that could say in my living room I danced with Cece to Finally.
oh that's right.
Did you? Oh, that's
What
amazing.
a thrill! What an honor! Dancing finally
We
with
live-
Cece.
We live in Palm Springs, and
Yeah.
she often plays Gay Pride here, and so then she comes over and
She
for
comes
dinner
for
and hangs
dinner,
out,
and
and
we
then we go to
hang
the
out.
show with her. She's fabulous.
And we
That's
have a-
amazing.
And
That's
we have a
amazing.
really good time with we bring out a lot of big music guests and a lot of big actor guests, and so I have a question because you've done so many different things that I didn't even know about. But how many? Because you were on like the Power Rangers when it started in 1993, and then later on you did like 82. Then they changed it to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and you did like another like 80 or 90 episodes. And then I saw in 2020 on IMDb, I didn't know how it worked, but saw that there's a whole bunch more episodes in 2025. Is that like new episodes, or they just like I didn't know what that was?
Well, I did the first and second season, and it was always Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It started that way. We did the initial first part of it. We did 40 episodes, but the show was on Monday through Friday, and at one point Monday through Saturday. So they added another 20 episodes to the first season. So we did 60 episodes in the first season, and then when we started the second season, I did 25 episodes, and then tried to renegotiate the contract before we signed on for the movie. And at that point, I left the show because the negotiations didn't work out.
Yes, I read that online someplace.
Yeah.
That didn't work out, but obviously it kept you good enough to bring you back for the 30-year anniversary.
Well, I am part of the original cast. So it's like I am, the original cast is the cast that is predominantly known as the Power Rangers since we started it. And most of the dolls and the comic books are written in our likeness. So
Yes, I love that.
You speak very intelligently. What's your IQ?
my IQ, I can't tell you. I don't know what my IQ is. I just know that I'm intelligent.
But you're very educated. I could tell
Yes,
that.
I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, predominantly in a single family household. Detroit is predominantly black, and I grew up kind of in the hood. So there is that aspect of me. But over the years, I've learned a lot. So
Actually, I
Because
do.
speech is very important. If you speak intelligently,
absolutely.
you get respect from people. If you sound like an idiot, people, I do a lot of Brooklyn accent because I'm from Brooklyn. So they hire me to play gangsters. And when I do, I'm so uncomfortable with the Brooklyn accent, and I'm happy to go back to my normal speech. But I
Yeah.
know the difference, and I don't understand why people still speak with that accent in Brooklyn.
We're
When
gonna
you're
find
comfortable, you're comfortable. If I'm in Detroit, my accent changes because then I start talking. Yeah, man. What I'm saying, like it just comes off like that. Like I jump right back into my Detroit accent. But the thing is, we accurate we get in where we fit in.
Absolutely.
And
So-
not everybody can communicate on the same level.
So when did
Well,
you?
you're very good looking. I
Thanks,
think
sir.
I'm really gonna. I'm serious about Cece. I mean, if you're kidding with me, I don't know, but I
Hey,
think
they
she-
could
I
they
think
could
she
become
might
either
like
way. They
you.
could be friends. He's a singer and a dancer, and she
Yeah,
is.
I
and-
think
I
she
would love
would.
to meet CC. She's
we'll
amazing.
definitely introduce
At
you.
least if
So
we got married, I would be at your wedding.
You're in Florida? You said you're in Florida? What part of Florida?
no, we're in California, Palm Springs.
Okay, you're in Palm Springs. Okay.
We're in Palm Springs.
Cece lives in Arizona. She's got a big, beautiful house in
Mhm.
Arizona. How do you feel about Arizona?
It's a good place to visit.
There you go. There you go.
I
It's kind
agree.
of hot. I'm not dealing with that sun out there. No.
Yeah, we got that hot
Okay.
too here in Palm Springs. Like it's
And
113
she showed
yesterday.
us the spider
Holy
she had. The spider was like that big.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like spiders either.
That's Arizona, not Australia.
Yeah, that's Arizona. So
Arizona.
no, I think it's like funny. We had an opportunity. So I'm pretty good friends with James Balsamo also. I know you did a movie with him not too long ago. You're doing one, and he invited us to a party at his house, but Ron had knee surgery and we couldn't go. And then I looked at the pictures and you were there, and I was like, God damn, fuck, we could have met fucking Walter Jones if we would have gone to James's party. So I'm excited about it. So I'm going to do one more Power Rangers question. So when did you first realize that Power Rangers wasn't going to be just a kids show anymore, and it was going to become like a cultural phenomenon? Because it's so huge. I'm sure you probably do autograph signings like every weekend or something.
Practically, I do about 30 shows a year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now that Power Rangers, that's a spaceship thing, right?
No, Space Case is a spaceship thing. That was my Nickelodeon show. Power Rangers is superheroes, teenage superheroes.
So they're like Superman people.
Kind of Superman-ish, but we work off of the morphing grid, which can be in any dimension, anywhere. We fight monsters from outer space.
And what is the intent of your show? To help people? I mean, are you like detectives, good guys? to
No,
kill the bad guys?
Every episode has a moral message. Basically, like if it's about bullying, then maybe the monster ties
Good.
into somebody that bullies.
Good.
About conquering fears, about being a martial artist, about being proud of who you are, like different moral messages.
And
And,
each one's
I like
each
that.
one's a different color. There's a yellow one, a blue one, a green one, a black one, and a pink one.
Yes,
I like
yes.
all of that. I have to watch one. How do I watch it?
Every night when we switch the TV and it goes to that weird channel where you don't like it, it's always the Power Rangers playing on it, like all the time. Like I don't know how somehow our
Oh, the
TV
guy-
just goes
the
to it.
guy-
All,
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
If
like-
you watch Netflix, you can see it there.
yeah, not really leotards, but
Well, they're tight uniform.
yes. So I have
Yes,
one more
very
Power
tight
Ranger
uniforms.
question. One more Power Ranger question. What did you think? What did you think of the new Power Ranger movie that none of you guys were in? Like, did you like the movie? I know it didn't do very well, but what did you think of it in general?
Well, I took my kids to the movie in 2017, and they thought it was very entertaining. I thought it was very entertaining. I thought it was well done. I did have some issues with some of the things. The biggest issue was the moral issue. It was like when we were on the show, we were called teenagers with attitude, but we were teenagers with attitude because we were confident, because we're all very talented in our own specific way. And then when we came together as a team, our talents, it showed off our talents as a team. Whereas in the 2017 edition, they were teenagers with attitude because they were delinquent.
Right.
And then they got a magic rock and it gave them powers. and they had to figure out how to come together as a team. I think our message was more important because it taught kids to be proud of who they were and to, to excel, on their own means. And then maybe a possibility would come around that would allow them to use their talents to become a superhero.
I agree
Wait,
100%.
why do you think they changed it?
I don't know.
Bad writing.
I think it was just, I don't know. I think because society's changed a lot, maybe with music and what you see on television and so forth and so on, there's a lot more emphasis on people being rebels, and maybe they thought this would apply to that audience, like be a rebel and and find your way, kind of thing.
Oh, it was kind of like bad guys becoming good guys.
Bad guys becoming good guys because of a magic rock.
Right. So it was bad guys becoming good guys because of magic rock, and not all of them were bad, so to speak. They just weren't.
I think
they were delinquent, like they had issues.
I really enjoyed
that's far-fetched.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cast okay, even though I really would have rather seen, the regular you guys with the high-tech stuff. I would have probably preferred seeing, you guys.
Well, we should have been tied in some way. We could have been anything. I mean, like, I think if they would have put us in as Easter eggs where, we just showed up on screen, not as the Power Ranger, but like as a security guard or as the
school teacher,
so people would go and look for us and also be tied into the nostalgia of who we were, and then also enjoy the new actors.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not fond of magic converting people. I think that's the easy way out. And I think that people that are bad are not looking for magic rocks to be good. They're just bad. I think it should have shown people as good and the bad people wanting to be like the good people. As example, as you.
Right.
You are teaching Black people to be better than they are, that they can be better, because look at you, look at what you've achieved, look at what you've done. Yes. You're like the spokesperson for Black people, and I love you. I love you for what you do, because you certainly listen, I don't want to sound like some white asshole that says I have Black friends, but we have many, okay?
Right.
And I love them, but they're all highly educated and they're all famous movie people. They're not the ordinary Black guy from Harlem, 126th Street, that I used to go up there to go to the theater, the Apollo, to see Mom's Maybelline before your time.
He won't even know what that is, even though he's older than I thought.
I'm aware.
Mom's
believe it or not, I will be 60 this year.
Oh my God, he's going to be 60.
Yeah, so
60.
Yeah, so I'm not a young man. I'm an older man, and I've seen a lot in the world. I've seen a lot.
Oh my God! I thought you were when he was saying Cece. I was thinking he's probably in his 40. He's not old enough to be.
No, Mom's Maybelline was the fat. She took her teeth out. She made me pee my pants.
She's a very funny comedian.
She was the funniest human being I have ever seen in my life. She was a Black comedian, old lady, she looked like she was a homeless person.
All right, hold on.
Oh, I love.
I didn't know you were 60. So okay, hold on. I want to go to a different topic. So one of the things I don't really know this. I mean, I know what ADR is because I've done it in films and stuff before. But you have a ton of some of the biggest movies that have ever been made, where you do voice work and it gives you a voice credit. But what does that actually mean if you're not a character in the movie, but you're doing a voice credit? Like, what does that actually mean?
Well, when you do a movie or a television show, when they're focusing on the main actors, there are extras behind the actors making the scene come alive. Well, those extras are acting as if they're speaking, but they're not. So they're acting in the background, having a conversation, or if they're in a business office, then they're passing papers or talking to somebody on the side. Well, they're not doing that. So when you, in post-production, you get a group of actors together and they do ADR and they give voices to these extras in the background, which means that, they might be walking through the frame, I might be right behind the actor, and those voices will be heard, but they'll be the actors in post-production. So I've done I do a lot of different voices. I I can play a kid, I can play an old man, I can play Boston, New York, Nigeria. You know, I can do all kinds of things, and so I put voices into a lot of these films.
So I'm going to brag a little. So here's some of the things you guys could hear his voice in. And I'm bringing this up because these aren't like little like indie $500,000 movies. These are like the biggest movies on the planet. The Skeleton Key, Fighting with Channing Tatum, Believe in Santa, that was a smaller one. Primeval, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Open Season 2, Alvin and the Chipmunks, I Love You, Beth Cooper. We had Hayden Panettiere on our show. She was fabulous.
Okay.
Just Right, Warrior, which to me is one of the best MMA movies like ever made, fight movies.
Yeah.
Chronicle, one of my favorite movies in general. I love Chronicle. And then
Spider-Man, I did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I did a number of them. I did Up. I did all kinds of stuff. A lot of stuff is not on there. I've done over 85 movies, probably 85 movies as a voiceover artist. But because I'm in post-production voice cast, in the credits, I'm not always credited, but often I am. Walter Jones and the ADR crew, you'll find me there. Yeah.
I know, I love it. I just think it's super cool.
I can't get over your 60.
Almost
I can't
60.
get over it either. I'm not 60 yet, but I'm coming up on it.
I'm looking at you and I'm thinking 29, 30.
I was
I'll take
thinking
that.
35. I was thinking 35.
I think I'm 35.
Do you have plastic surgery? Any work done?
No, I'm all natural.
That's
I just
wonderful.
stay active. I dance. I do martial arts. I just
I bet
before,
you eat well.
before we did this, I just finished a Muay Thai class. So
But
I've
wait,
been-
Walter,
yes,
you eat well, I bet.
I'm eating well now. As I've gotten older, I've needed to eat better, and so
I mean, you don't go to
I-
McDonald's and eat that shit.
No, I don't do McDonald's anymore. I like In-N-Out.
Oh, we like
Oh, we
In-N-Out
like
too.
In-N-Out also.
That's
I
the
love it.
healthiest one, though. My doctor said that's the healthiest one out of all of them because it's real.
Yeah.
And you drink plenty of water.
I drink a lot of water. I've never been a soda guy.
No, that's why your skin is so nice. You have no wrinkles. Water puffs you out.
Yeah.
You look terrific. God bless you.
So,
Good.
Thank
so
you,
you
sir.
guys, we're gonna brag a little more. So here's a few, and I didn't write everything down, you guys. He's got so many credits. I picked the ones where I like know what the shows are. Here's some of the TV shows he's had guest spots on. First of all, he has Space Cases, which was an actual show. He doesn't have a guest spot on. It was 27
I was the
episodes.
star of that show.
Yeah, he was the star of Space Cases, which is basically like a family show about you were stuck in a spaceship or something, right?
It's kind of developed by Bill Mooney and Susan Dietz. It was kind of a Star Trek Lost in Space crossover for kids.
We had Bill. Bill's been on our show too. We've had Bill on the show.
Bill's awesome.
Malibu Shorts, which is like a who's who of like who the next biggest stars in Hollywood are going to be.
Yeah, that was Aaron Spelling.
Yeah, Aaron Spelling. So here's some other TV shows. Moesha, I love Brandy. Moesha, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, The Burning Zone, Step by Step, NYPD Blue, CSI, Family Matters, Early Edition, The Shield. I know there's more, but I wrote those down because everybody knows what all those different films are. And
The
then
Shield was my favorite show to work on. We'll talk about working with like really high quality actors. I mean, NYPD Blue, of course, but The Shield worked with Mike Chiklis. I was his CI, and that I was a drug dealer. So it was a far cry from being a Power Ranger, and it got to show my acting range, which I loved.
Yeah, which is really good actually. Which I liked a lot. You also did a movie, and I'm only bringing it up because we've had Malcolm McDowell and Richard Grieco's a pretty good friend of ours. So you did a movie called The Gardener with Angie Everhart, which she's fabulous. Malcolm McDowell is fabulous. And then you did another movie called War Dogs, and we've met almost everybody in it except for Raven Simone, which I would love to meet Raven Simone.
She's amazing. She's awesome.
We went to an Oscar party a couple years ago with Lauren Hilton Jacobs, and we went to a party with Quentin Aaron and Kadeem Harrison, Michael Beach. I mean, you've really worked with like some big people. Oh, and then let's talk about American Gun a little bit. So American Gun, you got all these like icons: James Coburn, Barbara Bain, Virginia Madsen. Ron loves Virginia Madsen.
I love her.
We had her ex-husband on the show, Antonio Sabato Jr. We haven't got her
She's
yet.
a very understated actress, Virginia.
I think so. Yeah.
Very understated.
Martin Cove and Anthony Carone has also been on our show. So did you get to do any scenes with James? Because James Coburn, I mean, that's like Hollywood royalty.
Yeah, no, I never actually got to do any scenes with James. But my scene was very intense. I played so American Gun was like a story of a gun and the journey, its journey. So the gun went from hand to hand to hand, and it told what happened with that gun. In my particular story, my best friend ended up dating my girlfriend, and I found out about it and went on a shooting spree on a high school playground, and I eventually committed suicide. It
Wow,
was
that's
pretty
really
intense.
intense. You have a couple of really intense movies because you did Memoirs of a Fighter, which is about PTSD. And I
Yeah,
brought it up because Eric Roberts, Tara Reid, Vernon Wells, and Kelly Lynn Ryder, they've all been on our show.
yeah,
And,
great people.
oh yeah, great people. We did we did a horror movie with Vernon Wells called The Beast Inside a couple of years ago.
Vernon's
And
amazing. I love him.
yeah, he has some great stories to tell too. And he has action. Oh, he has action figures. Was he a in a Power Ranger?
He was on Power Rangers. He was a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have his action figure. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I forgot about that. So something else I wrote down and the internet says a lot of people don't know this, but you're a salsa dancer and you won a salsa dancing championship.
Yeah, 2004, I was the world champion at the Mayan salsa competition. Basically, it's street salsa. It's not ballroom, but it's at that time LA was really super talented with salsa. There were 3 different teams that were competing and at one competitions, and so the level was very high. I have been teaching in Los Angeles, and my teacher was a world champion himself. And one year he couldn't compete, and I asked, "Hey, do you think I should compete?" He was like, "Go for it." And I did, and I won. Surprisingly to most people, because they didn't know that I was able to do all the tricks. I did, lifts and dips, and I was also able to pull in some of my gymnastics, where at one point I actually do a front flip over the girl as she's doing a back bend. So that can be seen on YouTube. If you look up Walter Jones, salsa champion, you can find it there.
I know I love
Okay,
it.
big question.
Talk to me.
Big question.
Big question.
What is it you can't do?
I do most things well. I mean, whatever I put my mind to, I can do. If I really concentrate on it, I can do it. And unfortunately, I wish that there were some things that I would have concentrated on that I didn't. But that's okay. I'm enjoying my life.
Oh no, I think it's phenomenal. All the stuff that you've done, and
Now wait, you mentioned kids. How many?
I have 2, a boy and a girl. My boy's 22, my girl's 18, both in college, doing well.
good for them.
Are they show business going?
My son worked as an actor from 6 months old to about 11. And then my daughter, she's currently doing theater at her school and is minoring in acting. But I don't really want them to be entertainers, because I know the road is such a difficult road. I've grown up with so many people that dedicated their lives to being an entertainer and just never.
Walter.
Yeah.
What job isn't difficult? I mean, if you're a doctor, lawyer, it's all difficult. Working
No,
is
it's not. It's not the same. It's not the same. As an actor, you get a job, the job ends, and then you got to find another job. There's only one person they're hiring at a time. As a doctor, you have people come to you. Every year you're not out of work.
No, that's true.
Walter, I had many opportunities in my 86 years of life. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm acting 65 years. I'm happy I did
And
it.
you're fortunate. You've been able to make a living as an actor.
Well, I barely got by. I worked as a hairdresser.
Wait
They had fun.
No, wait a minute. I never was given the opportunity. Believe it or not, I was blacker than you when I was young. My hair was just
Kind of
black.
hard to believe.
No, I'm Italian. I had to stay out of the sun.
Yeah.
Because I look Puerto Rican. I
Okay.
didn't even look Italian. So when I went down to be casted, they didn't want me. They said,
Right.
we're not doing Puerto Ricans. I said, but I'm Italian from Brooklyn Mafia.
Doesn't matter, right?
Can I do something? So I had that against me. Then came an actor called Sal Mineo. And
Okay.
Sal
he's old
Mineo
enough to
was
know
as
Sal
black
Mineo.
as I was. He was another darkie. He broke the ice for dark men. In my day, when I was young, they wanted Tab Hunter, Troy Donahue, all the blonde, blue-eyed boys with the Americana look.
Yeah.
Not only black people, but Hispanic people, Jewish people, ethnic people were out of Hollywood, unless they needed us for a role to play an ethnic stupid person. Then they'd bring us in as a joke.
Yeah, the problem with the industry back then is they only wanted to represent black people as uneducated, and
Yes.
so
Like
me being part of the Power Rangers and being the first black superhero on live action TV opened up a door to show somebody that was black, but also a very capable and needed part of a team.
No,
I
love it.
watch the old movies and I cringe when I see the maid is always black or the butler is Yasm, Asa coming, Yasm, Asa.
That was a long time ago. Thank God those days are done.
Wait a minute. I was from Brooklyn. I grew up with black people.
Yeah.
I never heard of black people say Yasm.
No.
I never heard it. I don't know
that's coming from a time of slavery and Jim Crow and that was what they wanted to popularize because they wanted people to think that that's all that people were. Of course, there are a lot of educated people, but they didn't put that on TV.
They did the same thing with me. Put me in a guinea t-shirt, throw some sauce on it, and have me. What do you want over there? I'm not God or nothing. Leave me alone.
So hang on. I want to switch this now. I want to switch to music a little bit now because so have you recorded? I know you have at least 2 songs because you have a hip hop song and the dance song. Have you recorded
5 songs currently out?
How many?
5.
Okay.
5 what?
5 songs he's got currently out. So how long?
What?
Slow
it down.
5 songs. We're talking about music now.
I'm not fucking retarded.
So so when did you start actually recording music? Because I know you've always been in music and danced and everything, but like how old were you when you said, all right, now I'm gonna actually start putting my stuff out where people can buy it?
Well, I actually started recording music probably right after Power Rangers. I did some gospel kind of stuff for kids, and I was working on trying to get a deal with Warner Brothers, but they wanted to use the Power Ranger name, and that was that was a problem there for licensing. So I walked away from that. But maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I met with a young man who was a rapper, who was a fan, and was like, "Hey, I would love to get you in the studio sometime." So I ended up getting in the studio with him, and we created a song that turned out pretty good. And then we did 3 more, and then I took those 3 and with somebody else produced 3 more songs. And now I'm working with another producer, and we've created 3 songs. So I'm hoping to have an album out by the end of the year, and I'm releasing the songs that I've created.
Yeah. I love it. So
okay, what do you feel about Johnny Mathis?
Johnny Mathis, amazing singer. Yeah. He's an amazing singer. I think he's back then at that time he took a lot of what he heard from soul music and added it to his music.
That's his favorite singer is Johnny
Mathis is amazing.
And I had the pleasure of being in his company 3 times and talking to him and finding out some things about him.
Okay.
And that he is the kindest, most gentle, most sensitive, most beautiful man I have ever met. And it's all in his music. When he sings, all of the above is in it. And I think he's better than Frank Sinatra. And I think he beats all singers because he's 93 and he just retired. And I love Johnny Mathis. He's another feather in another feather in your
We have a lot of fun music people that it's like we've had on the show. We've had Kool and the Gang.
Yep.
We've had Philip Bailey. We've had Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago. PM Dawn. We even had Fredo Starr back in the day.
Oh yeah, I worked with Fredo before. We've done. I think we worked on the show together.
So we have
a lot of trouble because if anybody ever calls Jimmy or I a racist, I don't even get mad. I just laugh. Because it's so stupid.
I wouldn't say that you were racist. I think sometimes the way you state things is in a very old-fashioned way.
Well, he's 86.
Well, I'm 86 years old. And listen, I was born in the Red Hook projects, baby. I didn't come from Park Avenue.
Yeah.
And on our floor was a black boy called Sammy. And I grew up as a playing with Sammy as a young kid.
Yeah.
My mother would put me in the kitchen sink to wash me. I'd stand up. She'd wash one leg. It was white. I said, that's the Ronnie leg. And the leg that was dirty was the Sandy leg because it was brown. That's my extent of racism, my friend.
When I was younger, I
grew up with black people when I lived in Astoria.
Wait, he's telling you something.
All right, my best friend was Robert Taylor, not the actor, but Robert Taylor was the best basketball player on our team.
He can't play basketball. He can't do sports.
I played basketball. Fuck you. I played basketball.
No.
But
Tell us.
anyway-
Go ahead. Go. Tell us what you were going to say, Walter.
When I was younger, I lost a finger, and I was 4 years old. I went to the hospital. I lost a finger, and while I was in the hospital, one of my roommates was this young white kid, and it's funny because my parents came in and they were putting lotion on me. And he looked over at me with an armful of lotion. He was like, look, he's white. And we started laughing because he had never seen lotion on a black person. And my arm was white with the lotion. And I remember we had a laugh about that because he just was unfamiliar with seeing that.
My father was a painter decorator. And there was a black fellow that worked with them. And he fell off of a scaffold.
Okay.
And he needed a transfusion. And none of the white men would give him a transfusion because they were afraid the black blood might, but my father did. My father immediately gave him blood. And that's my parents were communists. They were very socialistic and they believed in equality.
Okay.
And they fought for that. So I grew up in a very liberal house. And when I talk to people, I say, can't you be a little more understanding of who we are? Gay people are gay people, but we're people. And
we need to have empathy for everybody,
Empathy for everybody. I agree.
I mean, we hurt like you. We're people. Why do certain people think that some people should be hurt and some people shouldn't?
Some people ignorance is a thing. Ignorance is a disease. And unfortunately, sometimes it's spread through families.
Absolutely. So I want to go back to the music thing, though.
You know what? I think it was better about 30 years ago. I didn't feel the prejudice as I do today. Today, we have really been divided. We are so separated today, more so than ever. And I don't know what the hell happened because we were doing good in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Black was hanging out with white. We were going to the clubs together. We were hanging out together. A lot of my gay friends had black lovers. So it was really happening beautifully. We were all becoming one person. And now I don't know.
I don't know. I think I have friends from all walks of life. I have black friends, white friends, friends, Asian friends. It doesn't matter. I love people in general, but I think there is a prejudice that lies underneath people sometimes that has been taught to them, that they've learned prejudice. And I think a lot of times it was hidden. Like it was hidden. It was like, I have thoughts that I keep to myself, but then when you get somebody that inspires people to be free to say what they really feel, and they feel like it's a safe place, then that prejudice rears its head. And I think
I was taught to look at the person, not the color.
Right. That's
Person.
what it should be.
Person is a piece of shit. They're a piece of shit no matter
Absolutely.
what. That's how I was raised. But a lot of my friends were not raised that way. And they said terrible things about black people. And I used to fight with them because I used to say, that's not right. You can't say that. There's a good guy.
Actually,
you know what I mean? So there were a lot of people in my day helping black people, but never got the recognition. Never.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the thing you said about your finger real quick because
no, I don't want to talk about
no, I didn't. You know that I never noticed that though. Like in the Power Rangers, that you were missing a finger. I saw
which finger?
It's his middle finger.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you can't even tell, and that's since 4 years old. So you've been that you've been that way your whole life.
Yeah, since I was 4.
Unbelievable.
You like the way I'm making it grow? I'm like, watch my finger grow.
Do it. Good.
I love it. So let's talk about your song Dance. We're going to play Dance for everybody. The reason I didn't pick the hip hop song is because our demographic is a little bit older. And even though I like it, I don't know if our listeners will like it as much. But dance music, we bring famous dance music artists on all the time. They're going to love it. So tell us a little bit about the song.
Who's our favorite dance guy?
Mark Loverush. She's coming on next week. We have this
Dance
producer.
is a song that I put together. I love dancing. I'm dancing. I've danced all through my life, from growing up wanting to be like Michael Jackson to pop locking to break dancing. I studied jazz, tap, ballet. I dance salsa, bachata, kizomba, zouk, all these forms of dance. So dance is one of the greatest ways of showing one of my passions. I'll put it like that. And so I made this song, dance, about dancing and just about the love for it. And I did a music video that basically was about me having 3 dates. And like, so often when I meet a woman and I'll meet her, I want to dance with her, see how she can move. And this particular video and song was about me having different ladies come over, and we would find our energy and our charisma through dancing.
I love it. So
how'd you lose your finger now that it came up?
I was there was a gun in my household. I found it and I would play with it. It was a Derringer. I thought it was a toy and it went off in my hand.
There was a gun in his house when he was little, and he thought it was a toy, and he shot his finger off.
Oh God!
Yeah,
terrible.
Detroit. I grew up in Detroit. Detroit's one of those cities. You know, it was the murder capital of the world when I grew up.
It's a terrible thing, but you've definitely used it to your advantage. I mean, you've accomplished so many fabulous things, and now we're going to let people hear your song Dance. So everybody, this is Walter Jones. The name of the song is Dance, and we'll be right back. Enjoy.
Let's go.
All night long.
Cherokee fuego.
I just wanna dance till the sun come up all night long. Till the sun come up, I love to see you dance, dance, dance. Lose yourself and dance, dance, dance. You make me wanna dance, dance, dance. All night long, all night long, all night long. All night long. All night long. Your body set the vibe. You got me hypnotized. I'm swimming in your eyes. I might just take a dive. It's a celebration. Let's keep it elevating. We pour up just to waste it. When we get like this, I just wanna dance till the sun come up all night long. Till the sun come up, I love to see you dance, dance, dance. Lose yourself and dance, dance, dance. You make me wanna dance, dance, dance. All night long, all night long, all night long. All night long. All night, night, night. Keep your hands up in the sky. This party bona fide. Turn on the flashing lights. Let's make this come to life. It's a celebration. Let's keep it elevating. We pour up just to waste it. When we get like this, I just wanna dance till the sun come up all night long. Till the sun come up, I love to see you dance, dance, dance. Lose yourself and dance, dance, dance. You make me wanna dance, dance, dance. All night long, all night long, all night long. All night long. All night, 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 night.
I love it. It's just
All
feel
I wanna
good.
do is
Yeah,
dance,
right. It's happy.
dance,
It's just
dance.
feel good.
All I wanna
Hey,
do
I
is
like love it,
dance,
and I actually
dance,
love your hip hop
dance,
stuff too.
dance.
So when I do I'll send it to you when I do my indie podcast.
Yes, please.
It's called the Indie
You
Sound with
know,
Jimmy Star.
I'm 86 and I still dance.
I love that, man. You got to keep dancing through life. Life is meant to be danced through.
I still dance, and I dance like I did almost when I was young.
I love
It's
that.
amazing that the
I
body.
don't care if you have rhythm. I don't care if you are in a wheelchair, but movement to music makes you happy and it makes people around you happy.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
music belongs to everybody. I say that
Absolutely.
all the time.
So here's
It
a
belongs
question
to
I like to
everyone.
ask everybody that's coming on because we only have a couple minutes left.
Oh,
Bucket list, male and female actor that you haven't had an opportunity to work with. If you could work with any male or female actor, living or dead, who would you like to work with? And the second part of that whole thing is if you could have ever been in anything that's any movie or TV series that's ever been made, what would you like to have been in?
Okay. Who would I like to work with? Automatically, what comes to mind is Denzel Washington. Yeah,
There you go.
That just
Superstar.
right away. I would love to work with him in some capacity. I think that would be amazing. In regard to TV show, I would love to have been on. I would love to have been on the former TV show 21 Jump Street because all those actors got to play so many different characters. And as an actor, the challenge of being different characters, but then having a primary character is something I would love to do.
I love 21 Jump
and
Street.
how about the woman?
Oh yeah, who's a woman you'd like to work with?
A woman that I would love to work with. Let me see. Currently, let me think.
Halle
I would love to
Berry.
work with-
Halle Berry.
Huh?
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry is the first person that came to mind. But I also thought about like right now, like maybe even Gabrielle Union.
Oh, I love Gabrielle Union.
I love
I-
Halle Berry.
I actually
Halle
so
Berry,
I,
of course. Everybody wants to work with Halle Berry. Come on.
I used
She's fabulous. She's a damn
amazing.
good actress. You know,
She would be an amazing love interest.
yes.
My daughter won Miss Teen Long Island, and the
Is that
one
right?
that won it before her was Haley.
Halle
So
Berry won it the
Halle
year
Berry.
before.
So Hallie and Leslie they met and they gave away the award.
Yes.
My entrance into the whole into entertainment many years ago was as a clothing designer, and
Okay.
I used to have a bunch of stores in Florida. I made one of a kind clothes. I mean, I dressed Elton John and Madonna and all kinds of people.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp used to actually shop in my store with his band, the Kids. He had a band from Fort Lauderdale, and he was very cool. You would never say anything when
Who's
he was
that?
coming. Johnny Depp.
Oh.
So it's very cool. So okay, so then my next thing. And this is just a for instance question. So I have this movie I'm working on. It's called
Okay.
Cry Havoc. I do a lot of movies. Adam Marcus is directing it. He did Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, and he also did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. And our idea of doing it originally when we started it, we were going to have half the cast be like super nostalgic 80s and 90s stars. Like we have, some of the Backstreet Boys are going to be in it. Some of 98 Degrees is going to be in it. Some of NSYNC's going to be in it. We were going to have Steve Cardenas be in it. But I'm going to put you on my list of people. I don't have funding yet, so I don't ask people to do stuff until I have money.
Right.
But when I have funded, though, I think you would be great. It's a military werewolf movie. I think it would be great, and I think you'd
I
be a
want to
lot
be a
of
werewolf.
And, it'll be a lot of fun. It's a very unique story. I produce a lot. I have like 9 films in development right now. One of them
That's
will be
amazing.
on July 31st. So if you get an email from me saying, hey, it would be something that you'd be interested in, because I think it would be fun. It's great to work with you. I think you're a super talented guy, and
Thank you,
I
Jimmy.
love the fact that you've done so much different things. So many different things. But I am such a Power Rangers fan that actually got us here, and I'm super glad that you came on the show. So we want to thank you for coming on the show and sharing stuff about your life with us. And we wish you only the best in everything you do. And anytime you got anything big you want to promote, let me know and we'll bring you back.
As a matter of fact, let me just put this out there. I got a movie on BET right now called War Dogs. You talked about that. But I have a movie coming out this fall with Michael Jai White and Timok from The Last Dragon, if you remember that movie. It's called Paper Made. Coming out this fall.
What is it called? What is it called?
Paper Made.
I love
P-A-P-E-R-M-A-D-E.
Yes.
MADE.
Yes, Paper Made.
Love Michael Jai White. I actually had a film a couple years ago that we had Chris Browning, who's a good friend of his, in.
Okay.
And we tried to get Michael Jai White, and then my financing fell through and everything got fucked up. But he's a great talent, super talented.
Great talent, amazing man, good people. So is Ty Monk, also a very good man and an amazing talent.
I love it. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Congratulations on all your success, and hopefully we'll get to work together one day in the near future. Thank you so much.
Nice to talk to you.
I'm calling Cece, and I'm telling her to watch this on rerun.
All right.
There we go. I'll send it to her.
We'll see what
I'll
happens.
text it to her, and then we'll hook you guys up. All right. Thank you so much, Walter.
Take care,
All right.
Walter.
Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Thank you very much, babe.
All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick music break. We're going to play Ken, Home Sweet Home. Enjoy, and then we'll be back with our second guest, Louis Lombardi. So enjoy, everybody. Oops.
When we are together, whatever weather, whatever town, there is no space like our place we are heading for. When we are together, whatever weather, whatever town, memories of places all crowded with faces where home sweet home sweet
One love, one life. We hope you're feeling alright. We only here for one night. Cause let's live, let's vibe. Throw your hands in the sky. The only place I'm alive. Throw 'em up, party people in the club. Party people showing love. Party people throw 'em up, throw 'em up, throw 'em up. Party people in the club. Party people showing love. Party people throw 'em up, up, up.
When we are together, whatever weather, whatever town, memories of places all crowded with faces where home sweet home sweet No matter where we are going, I know that I'm coming straight back home. 'Cause no matter how far I go now, I know I can never really be alone. Home sweet home.
You know we up in the place. You know we up in the place. Party for days. Let the music just take you away. Just give me a taste. Lost in the moment. Tonight we own it. So let the music just take you away. We going up and 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 away.
Home sweet home. Home sweet home. Home sweet No matter where we are going, I know that I'm coming straight back home. 'Cause no matter how far I go now, I know I can never really be alone. Home sweet home.
Hey, everybody, that was Ken. The name of the song is Home Sweet Home, Spectrum Music Group. Now let's bring on our next guest. Hello.
How we doing, gentlemen?
Good. How are you?
Right. Well, we had a little technical difficulty at my house. The internet wasn't working. My daughter, I don't know, she had to go out and do her schoolwork. So I ran to the nearest Whole Foods. So I'm outside now.
There you go. That worked. And where is outside? Where is home?
Long Beach, California.
Oh, there you go. Okay, but you're not from Long. Oh, wait. Let me do a real introduction first of all. Hey, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actor, producer, director, and pizza maker, Louis Lombardi. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you, my man. My best part about that intro was the pizza maker.
There you go. And we're going to talk about that because I find it fascinating. This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
How you doing?
How you doing, Ron?
How you doing?
You look like you're in the witness protection program over there.
This fucking Palm Springs, I feel like that.
Oh, you're in Palm Springs now?
Yeah.
In
I'll be there tomorrow.
111 heat.
I'll be there tomorrow.
What are you doing in Palm Springs?
I love Palm Springs.
Oh,
You love it?
Places.
It's too hot. It's too hot. It's 113 today. Very hot. So
That's where they make pools.
He's from Brooklyn. You're from the Bronx, right?
Yeah, where in Brooklyn you from?
Red Hook.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I love Brooklyn. I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah, the Bronx is different than Brooklyn. You know, we don't like each other.
I didn't want to cause any riff here, but make it.
I remember growing up as a kid, we'd say to somebody, "What the fuck are you, stupid, from the Bronx?" But no, I love Brooklyn. I only wish I could afford it. I'd move back to it. But a little house in Brooklyn now is $1.5 million.
It's about 40 million for a studio.
I mean, it's a joke. It's a total joke. What used to be a tenement now is a mansion.
It's insane.
But my accent, I use it when I need it because I work that way.
I think you
mafia films. I play.
I think you need a bigger coffee mug.
Yeah,
coffee. I got a big coffee mug. I got orange soda in it because I have this fucking desert here with the sand, the fine sand. I got desert throat, so I have to keep it wet.
From the
Otherwise,
dust.
I sound like a frog.
Jimmy, you're gonna have me and Ron battling all through the whole podcast, Brooklyn and the Bronx.
There you go. Love it.
I hate Palm Springs with a passion. We're moving back to Florida, and I can't.
Oh, really?
Because Florida is Brooklyn extension.
Right. I love Palm Springs though, but New York, that's why I don't like Florida, because everybody from Florida is in New York. So I went the opposite way to California.
There you go. Well, we've been here for about
Palm Springs
8 years.
Palm Springs is too gay for me.
Yeah, it's brutal for 4 or 5 months. It's brutal the weather there, but you know what?
Gay, and Jimmy and I are married.
We're married, and it's too gay. It's too gay for us, and we're like married. So you guys listen. You can follow Louis. He's on Instagram at Louis Lombardi. And before we talk about, first of all, you guys, if you don't recognize him just by looking at him, he's been in every cool fucking thing that's ever been made, besides The Sopranos and 24 and Natural Born Killers and The Usual Suspects. He's been in everything, but he's also got another thing that's a passion of his. He's got a daughter named Ava, and he's Lou, and he has Ava Lou's Italian Pizza Company. And what I found so fascinating about this is the fact that sometime in the last few years, you did a TV show called The Ultimate Pizza Bake Off, the Bronx versus New Jersey, Louis Lombardi versus Christopher Gialinella.
You know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
He's the publisher of LA Magazine, Orange County Magazine.
That's hilarious.
And he's from Jersey, and he's been my friend for like 20 years. And he always does this Italian thing. I better cook in this, I'm better cook that. So we did a cook-off, and I whooped him twice.
I love it.
He's my arch enemy. He's my best. He's a good buddy.
You won the cook-off. What'd you cook?
Pizza.
We made pizza, and then we do it another one where we did we've been doing a whole series of these. We have like 7 in the can of us going to places and doing challenges and seeing who makes it better. So we have a whole series coming out soon. We did like 6 episodes of it so far. It's kind of fun.
Louis, have you eaten the pizza in Palm Springs yet?
What is that? Big Tony's right on Palm Springs Drive, across from the Hard Rock used to be. What is the name of that?
No, it's Bill's
Bill's.
Pizza.
I was eating Bill's 30 years ago.
That's the best one, but it's not great.
It stinks.
What?
You gotta go. The pizza in California, you could throw up from it. It's they put fucking jalapeno on it. It burns your ass out when you eat it. It's so hot. You gotta go to Brooklyn for pizza.
Where's that?
13th Avenue. Anybody on 13th Avenue that makes pizza is great.
In Brooklyn?
It's all the old guineas from 100 years
He hasn't
ago.
been there in a long time, so those places might not be there.
No.
Well, there's
18th Avenue, 13th.
Well, you know where Luigi's is? Luigi's, he's been there forever. His dad was there. He's like,
Luigi's, sure.
Luigi's is great. They opened a new place called Lucia. Lucia is great. They have I went to DeFara's. The Pops is no longer there. The kid's there now. These are all my friends. Nino Caligula, the pizza master, he did one like 10. All the pizza guys are my buddies. You know what I'm saying? So when I go back, I go to all these fun spots. And I got to be honest, and I'm not trying to be nice to you, but Brooklyn does have a lot more great pizza places and delis than the Bronx does, where I grew up. I got
not only pizza, but the Italian food is delicious.
Yeah.
Now my friends from Brooklyn that live in Boca said there's a guy on Boca called Nonna, and Nonna's pizza and food is the best. They said it's exactly like Brooklyn, and the guy cooks like Brooklyn. So we're going to Boca, and I'm going to go there for dinner and see what it's all about.
Oh wait, let's give Ava Lou's pizza.
We're getting there. So Ava, now, what made your daughter become a pizzeria?
Well, first of all, my daughter's going to school. She's already in school. She has a year left to do her ultrasounds. She's going to go in the medical industry. But as a kid, I grew up in the Bronx with all Italian women. All the men were either dead or in jail. So as 4, 5, 6 years old, I was in the kitchen with my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, always cooking. That was like how we learned how to cook, right? All the guys, no one was around, but all the women. So I would sit in the kitchen. I was always fascinated with food. As you could tell, as a kid, right? So I would learn how to cook. And as growing up, if I didn't become an actor, I most likely would have opened 100 places, pizzerias, whatever, because my passion was always cooking, right? Fortunately, I became an actor, and I'm not going to say I got lucky, but a lot of work went into it, but I got lucky, right? You know that. Let's all be realistic. This is the business. So
Right.
As years went on, I would always cook for everyone in my house. I had a house out in Santa Monica. And I would cook for like Michael Rappaport, the guys from the House of Pain, like before they were famous, all these actors would come to my house. And I would cook. I have videos of it back in 93, 4, me and the kid with the big video camera. And I would video all these videos, right? And as years went on, I would teach all these guys how to cook like I was taught as a kid, right? In the house. We had 20 actors living together, you know, when we first started. And I would teach everybody how to cook. So as years went on, Hollywood now, today, is kind of not what it used to be, right? We know that.
Right.
So I've been teaching my daughter how to cook since she's 5, 6. I've been making pizzas at 5, 6 years old. So as time went on, I go, what business, since Hollywood slowed down and it's not really relevant anymore, I said, let me go back to where I learned since I was a kid, making food and pizzas. And me and my daughter started doing it. I created this frozen pizza company, which is now blowing up. We're going to open locations everywhere. We have a pizza truck. So I started teaching my daughter, and then we got a truck, and we started making them, and the business is actually doing amazing. We're selling to hotels, restaurants, nightclubs. We do have trucks, so we do outside festivals, big festivals, 10, 20,000 people, not like 5 people. We have a truck built for mass numbers. So anyway, all that stuff I learned when I was 5, 6 that I thought I wasn't going to come back to me because I became an actor. Thank goodness, because I became very successful.
No, it comes back.
But now at my older age, right, it's coming back. And now my real passion is...
My mother went to work. My mother worked at Macy's, and my grandmother raised me. And my grandmother didn't even speak English, and she was from Italy. So I learned to cook from my grandmother. Mm-hmm. But I cooked for somebody that you're going to faint from, who was my best friend, Jane Russell, the actress.
Oh, my God.
I used to cook for her, and when she came to my house for dinner. One time I made a lasagna about 7 tiers. I don't know what happened. I was drinking, and I made tiers and tiers, and I stuck it in the freezer. So Jane came that night for a little dinner party with other friends. And it was about 9 o'clock. And Jane said, I'm starving. When are we eating, Ron? I said, oh, wait, let me take the lasagna out of the freezer. And I stuck it, I was stoned. I stuck it in the microwave and it went all over the place. And Jane started eating it. I said, Jane, don't eat it. It's bad. She said, no, it's good. It tastes like tacos.
I hope you defrosted it first.
Well, half was defrosted, half wasn't. But, back then we used to drink. So everybody was loaded. But I cooked for all my celebrity friends.
Yeah, but the whole thing, what we did with me and my daughter, it was like both of our passions are this. It's an amazing business model, and different than Hollywood. When you're making pizzas and you're eating pizzas with people, it don't matter what race, what creed, what color, what size. Everybody's smiling. Food brings people together, and I think the table is the camaraderie of the dinner table is what food is about. Don't matter if it's a slice of pizza or a fancy dinner.
The trick to great pizza, as you're going to know, is the crust. If the crust is not right, the pizza sucks.
Actually, I read
if the crust is too mushy or too raw or rubber, it's no good.
Actually, I read this thing online about you because since you were coming on,
I want to find out about his crust.
Wait. So I read though, because it says, a lot of celebrities who are famous, they just stick their name on shit, and let people do it. But I read that it took you 2.5 years or something. I think I read for you to come up with this pizza, a frozen pizza thing, and that it's all 100% you and your daughter. You guys did it together. And
I'm going to find out if he's full of shit or not.
And they're all made in New York with New York water. They're shipped all over the country.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. The New York water is a big deal.
Yeah. So you got to realize all these recipes I've had since I'm 5. I grew up with all the top pizza makers in the world. I've had people come in to help me. So when I developed the pizzas, it was more of a passion than just going, I want to put my name on something. I wouldn't do it. If I couldn't get specific stuff, my manufacturer would laugh at me. He'd go, okay, but you got to remember, this is for the masses. You're not making it at home for your family. And that's what I had to realize, adapt to the masses, because it's a different process. The manufacturing process, you can't do what you could do at a pizzeria. So anyway, long story short, it took me 2.5 years with everything, with the gravy, with the dough, with the everything. And we kind of mastered it. And then we bought the truck, and the truck has just been killing it. And then we started selling like with my pizza crust, we use a light garlic crust. We don't use sauce on them. So our pizza crust, you can make 30 different kinds of pizzas. Anything you want, because it's like almost a garlic crust that we add to. So restaurants, hotels love it because it takes out the whole process. There's no waste. There's no cost of goods. You're getting a product that stays on the shelf life for 15 months. So if a hotel buys it, they could do a chicken bacon ranch, a buffalo, a margarita, a pepperoni. I do a pastrami one on the garlic crust. It's been written up in LA Magazine, Eater LA, LA Magazine, LA Times. This is recently in the last 2 months.
Wait. What's your pizza called?
Ava Lou's. My daughter's Ava Lou's Italian Pizza Company.
Ava Lou.
Yeah, my daughter's name is Ava and I'm Lou.
With the Bronx accent, I don't understand shit.
Ava Lou's Italian Pizza Company.
I made a joke.
Hey, Jimmy, what does he have in the picture there? What does he have in the picture?
Yeah. Where do I get one? I want.
Well, we don't sell them wholesale. We sell them to thousands at a time.
But where?
California. We don't ship them. It's expensive.
California is big. Where?
No, he's saying he doesn't sell individual pizzas to people. He sells them to distributor people like hotels and restaurants.
Thousands at a time, yeah. And the good thing about our product is when hotels buy, like we have a nightclub that's buying, 3,000-4,000 a month, and it's a shell that you can make what you want. It's a New York pizza, but you top them with what you want. That's why people love them. So yeah, if you're buying them for whatever for your restaurant, and you want to make 10 different kinds of pizzas, you can make them with one crust of ours. And you've got to remember, there's no dough making. There's no cheese. Everything is on it. But the sauce you want to use, the toppings you want to use.
Whoa, yo! What kind of sauce? What kind of sauce you make?
Well, I make a special sauce that I sell to the companies that buy the pizza.
Is it a Sicilian sauce?
It's an Italian. No, it's an Italian tomatoes. It's Italian tomatoes with 3
Yeah,
ingredients.
but wait a minute. There's Sicilian, there's Napolitan, and there's Genovese.
Yeah, but you get tomatoes from Italy. I don't know. I don't source the can, but they're from Man, Jimmy, this guy's just an FBI agent in his past.
He's like an FBI agent.
No, my favorite is a Sicilian sauce because the tomatoes in Sicily are the best tomatoes because of the sunshine. So the tomato does change the taste of. I make pizza, so I know what I'm talking about. I make a Genovese pizza. I also make a Jewish pizza.
What is that?
With matzah. Instead of a pizza crust, I make it out of matzah. A matzah crust with all the pizza trimmings, and my Jewish friends love it. And I call it pizza into matzah.
And this guy's from Brooklyn, Jimmy.
Yes.
He's telling me about my crust. He's making matzah crust. He's telling me about my crust. Jimmy.
It's good with the matzah crust. When you bake it, it comes out crunchy.
All right, now we're going to switch. We're going to switch.
Wait. Cooking the sauce is the art.
I don't cook it. I don't cook it.
Who cooks it?
We don't cook it. That's what I'm trying to say. We use fresh whole tomatoes. We crush them with our hands. We use a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, and a little.
You can't buy his pizza.
You can't buy my pizza. You ain't got enough money, Ron.
Make believe. If I bought you a pizza, I have to put my own sauce on it.
If you bought it for a restaurant, yeah, because most of these people who buy these big restaurants have their own people that are cooking. I want to give them something that they want to create to personalize it. You know what I'm saying? If you have a chef and he's buying your stuff, he doesn't really care about your sauce. My thing is they love my sauce. It's 3 ingredients. It's Italian fresh tomatoes from Italy, olive oil, sea salt, and a little bit of granulated garlic. That's it. We don't cook it. It stays in the refrigerator for a week. Perfect. Beautiful. And it's so delicious. It's light. We put that on top of the garlic crust. It becomes an amazing flavor that you have no idea. I mean, we're selling thousands a month to places. When we do events, we're selling 200
wait a
people.
minute, Louis. You could sell to Americans shit on a shingle. They love it.
This guy's a positive guy, isn't he, Jimmy?
Americans don't know how to eat because they go to the cheesecake factory or they go to the macaroni factory, all those joints where the food is disgusting. And they love it. They say, oh, the breadsticks are great. We love the gorgonzola. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
He has a heart attack.
My favorite is the manicattio with the mozzarella from Olive Garden.
Yeah, that sounds me. That's what I would say.
Manicotti with mozzarella.
Manicattio. What are you talking
Yeah,
manicattio? Mozzarella.
If your pizza is bought in Brooklyn and the people love it, then you're made.
Bud, go look at my Instagram. I got guys from Brooklyn, the Bronx, to eat my pizzas on my truck going, this is insane.
So wait, when we buy it off of your truck, let's say you're at an event, then you have your own sauce on it because you obviously people have to do it.
And what I do now is because when I do demos, for companies, first thing they come back to is how do we buy your sauce to put on our pizzas? But I don't have that's the first thing they say to chefs. We want the sauce. So what I do, if you buy the pizzas from me, I just teach you the sauce. I don't want to resell the sauce right now because the margins are more in the pizza than they are in the sauce. But if you're buying 2,000, 3,000 pizzas a month from me, I will show you my sauce. And every single chef I have, big chefs, are like, please show us we love this. And they're using it. It's simple.
I love it.
Simple Italian
The sauce that you make is actually Sicilian because the Sicilians use plum tomato, garlic, virgin olive oil, and that's it.
And that's it. We don't cook. And we don't cook it
for 20 minutes and then you're done.
But the difference is when
you got to put basil.
Listen, Ron, when you cook it, it releases the sugars in the tomato and it changes the whole complexity of the tomato. I want fresh, light tomato sauce. When you cook it in a pan and it simmers, the sugars come out of the tomatoes. Anything you cook releases the sugars and whatever. It changes the whole complexity. I don't want that. I've done it. I've done it 100 different ways. I've been doing it for 50 years. I like it clean, simple, and light. When I take my garlic crust, I put a little layer. I don't want a bunch of gravy on the pizza. I want you to taste my crust. I want you to taste the dough. I take pride in what I do. This is not like me going, hey, I've been doing this since I'm 5. I'm 58, 53 years I've been making pizzas, and every top guy in the country I'm with, doing it.
You use real mozzarella?
Yeah, no, I use
What do I know? Some of them.
Jimmy, where did we find this guy? Jimmy, you're married to this guy for how long?
I'm eating,
14 years.
I'm eating palm.
Jimmy, you're just realizing how difficult he is.
I'm eating Palm Springs pizza.
It's terrible.
It's like cardboard with red lead on it.
I thought you
And
just
some
said
shit they call mozzarella that doesn't melt.
No, but I thought you just said there's a good place out there, Ron. Not
No,
Bill's, but another.
No, not here. It's in New York. He likes to go in New York.
There's a place. Hey guys, there's a place on 111. Once you pass that Mexican place inside the mall on the right hand side, when you're going towards like Palm Desert on the 111, past like the Manhattan, the desert, you keep going there. On the right hand side, by the Trader Joe's over there, on the right hand side, there's a pizza place. I think it's called Brooklyn Pizza. You know what I'm talking about?
I know where that is. I know where it is. Yeah, I have to go look. Well, we'll check it out. And see. Anyway, hold on. I want to get off pizza now.
Okay.
That's his business.
No, it's not his business. It's his business, yes, but we've only got 20 minutes, and I want to bring him out because he's like one of the well-known character actors who's like.
I know we got 20 minutes, Ron. Stop with the riffraff.
So basically, like you had a kind of a rough childhood, and then you were in a film, and I don't know if it was an Oliver Stone film, but basically he like saw you and. I mean, you didn't really have to like struggle making a bunch of shitty $20,000 movies because you started out pretty much at the top of the heap. Natural Born Killers.
No. Let's go backwards when I was 11, 12 years old. And that's the book we're writing now. We're writing a book called Breaking the Cycle. And it's about my life growing up and how you come from a terrible upbringing, but you can still break that cycle. So my daughter and her generations won't know what I went through. The book is going to be insane. The book is really interesting. But next time when it comes out, I want to come on and talk about it. It's called
Wait a minute. What was so terrible about your life coming from an Italian family?
So wait, let me just go backwards. Let me stop with let me answer Jimmy's stuff first. So Jimmy, when I was a kid, like 3-4 years old, my father was killed. So that's why I was brought up by all women. My grandfather went to jail. He did 30 years. 60. He got 60. He did 30. Right. So anyway, we were just left on the streets alone. Right. So my whole thing was I would sit in the basement and I would watch like these old TV shows, The Odd Couple, All in the Family, all Jeffersons, and I would watch TV by myself in the basement of the house, my grandmother's, where I would live, right? And I would I would go, wow, I want to be like this. So when I became 10 and 11 years old, I was old enough to get on a bus and go to Manhattan. And that's when I found a magazine called Backstage. And Backstage had all the auditions, but I was like, how do I do this at 11? I taught myself everything, right? So I would go on Backstage. I'd grab Backstage in my neighborhood. They only had like 10 a week, right? So all the actors in the would go. So I would get it, and I would go, how do I get headshots? I would look in Backstage, headshots, $99. Duplicates, $99. So I learned how to create the headshots. Then I would go, what do I do with these headshots? Backstage. All the auditions. You know what I'm saying? The audition. Yeah. Most of them were NYU films, independent films. This is all in the book. This is all in the book of how it started. So then I would go, okay. I would go, all right. So now I got the headshots. I got the outlet to send them to, right? Which would be the casting. And most of them were NYU films. So I learned I would audition. I would send my headshots out to all these NYU films, right? And I got called and I ended up doing a bunch of NYU films. So what I did was I learned how to act for free and I learned how to make movies for free, all from NYU kids. I was doing so many of them, but I didn't go to acting school. I didn't have money to go to school. I didn't have money to go to NYU, but I would learn. I would say, how do I do it? And I figured this out on my own. I knew what I wanted to do by watching the shows, and the most tragic circumstances became the best outcome because me sitting there with nobody, I learned this is what I want to do. And that's how I found my path. And then when I found the path, I learned how to do it by just reading the magazine. Then I started sending my stuff out, and I would get auditions for NYU films. So what I did was I was acting for free instead of an acting school, learning on a real set. I tell people that you could be in acting school for 30 years. If you can't handle distractions, a million people touch makeup, hair, water, the hardest part of acting is a distraction. You're on a set with 100 people. Everyone's pulling your hair, doing this, doing that. There's so much distraction. You got to focus. So I would do NYU films to act, but I would also be on sets going, how do we do this? What are we doing? And these kids spend $100,000 a year to learn how to make movies. I was getting that education for free, right? So I finally do this independent movie. No, at a backstage. I sent my headshot. They ended up doing it, right? We ended up getting the role. It was a weird situation. Mira Savino was the casting person. She was no one. It was 1991. We did this little independent film. We shot it over like 2 years. Scenes here, scenes there in Queens, right? And Long Island and Brooklyn and the Bronx. We would shoot these scenes. 2 years later, you know, a bunch of my friends in my neighborhood in the Bronx got arrested, and the Bronx was dead. And fortunately, right, this independent film got traction, but again, 2 years after we shot it. And I had all this experience from NYU of learning how to be on sets, we get this independent film. It was just another audition. Two years later, 1993, a lot of my friends got arrested in the Bronx, and I was sitting in the Bronx going, what's my life here, right? I was 25 years old, and I get a call from the director going, hey, man, our film, it got accepted to some film festival called Sundance. 1993, Sundance was nothing.
Right.
It was folding chairs with Robert Redford reading in an auditorium. So we went. So I said, well, I got nothing here. So I took what I had, my car and a couple of bucks, and I drove from L.A. with the co-star of the movie with me, from the Bronx to L.A., picked up Mira Savino, and then we drove from L.A. to Sundance, 1993. Our film was a massive hit. Going from the streets in the Bronx to this massive, massive hit of a movie. And we were like, holy shit, I had no union card, I had nothing. Like, we were just, like, it was nothing. It was just like, I drove from the Bronx. I didn't know anything. I ended up getting an agent right out of Sundance. So we drive back to LA. Now, I don't have a union card or nothing, right? I had a car. So the director calls me, and he's going to be back in LA. Now, we're like the big hits. It was the year we were there. It was Bryan Singer, Robert Rodriguez, Jennifer Lynch. This was the class of filmmakers that was there with us,
Huge.
right? That year. This is what kind of filmmakers came out of it when we were going. You know, the year before, the year after, massive filmmakers that are still relevant today. So anyway, we get back to LA, and the director calls me, and he's like, hey, Louis, I need a ride. Now, let me stop this. Going backwards, my idol growing up was Oliver Stone. I read his books. I would just want to be Oliver. I don't care much about Scorsese and Coppola. I was an Oliver Stone guy, gritty, real, I want to make films like this guy, like punch in the mouth every scene films, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, his films are so intense. So I was always an Oliver Stone guy. So the moment I get to Hollywood, I'm back in LA after Sundance. People are calling me. My director's like, yo, I need a ride. I go, wait, it goes to Oliver Stone's office. I go, what? Now, is this all fate that my buddies got arrested? It was able for me to make a break from the Bronx that I drove to LA. That was already a big step, right? Changing and breaking the cycle, is what I would say. Then I get to LA. The movie's a hit at Sundance. What are the odds of that? You guys know, you're in the film business. Then I drive back to LA, and the guy that I idolized, the guy that I wanted to make movies like, sees me in amongst friends. And I drive the director there. And I meet Oliver. I'm in a room. I drive me. He's like, what are you doing here? I go, I drove this guy. He's the director. He goes, I'm only kidding. He goes, come in the meeting. This is the guy that I'm a kid going, I want to be like. Now, all of a sudden, my first in-person week in Hollywood is this guy. Is that fate, or is that coincidence? Whatever it may be. So I meet him. I'm in the room with him, and I'm sitting there, and I'm speechless. I'm like fascinated. Like, I'm in the room with my guy that I want to be like, right? And he's talking to Rob. Hey, movie you want to make? And he looks to me at the end of the meeting. He goes, hey, man, I'm going to put you in my next movie. I'm going, really? He's like, yeah. Now, as a kid, no union card. I drove from the Bronx to LA to Sundance. Now I'm sitting in the room with a guy that my whole life has been like, I want to be like, and he's going, I'm going to put you in my next movie. I had no union card still. So turns out, 6 months later, I get a script and a plane ticket. It was for Natural Born Killers.
Intense ass movie. That's like one of the most intense movies you'll ever see ever.
And he paid for my union card. That's how I got in SAG on that movie. And I ended up making friends with Robert Downey, Woody Harrelson, Tommy Lee Jones, Oliver. All those guys were great to me. So they not only did I work with them, but they took me out with them every night. So this was my initiation into Hollywood. They actually wrote a book based on the making of the movie. The two producers, it was such an insane setup. But I was in Joliet Prison in Chicago for 3 months. So that was my initiation by the guy who I always wanted to be like. So was that like, what do you call that? Not projecting.
It's something fucking, I don't know, whatever it is, it's fucking amazing is what you
know
call
what I'm
it.
saying?
It's called luck.
Yeah. Well, not always luck, because if I didn't drive to Sundance, would I have gotten lucky still? No. It's about taking initiative and doing stuff and not being afraid to get out of your comfort zone. That's what my book is about. Most people say, "Oh, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard." You show me what in life isn't hard. The pizza business is hard, but I'm dominating it. If you truly love what you do and you have passion, you could achieve stuff. It's the people that make excuses for everything that don't achieve stuff.
I agree
You
with
know?
that 100%.
I have no
I want to
education.
brag a little bit. Hang on, let me brag a little bit. So you guys, so he does Natural Born Killers. He does Ed Wood with a Tim Burton film with Johnny Depp, Sarah Jessica Parker, Patricia Arquette, Martin Landau. The Usual Suspects, one of the greatest movies also ever done.
Can I stop you? You know how I got Usual Suspects?
No.
Bryan Singer's film was at Sundance competing against ours, and we hung out with him. And he was cool. When he got back, he goes, "I'm making a movie. You want to be in it? Another movie?" We were like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "The Usual Suspects." It wasn't nothing, but it wasn't. That's how we got Usual Suspects from Sundance as well. And
No.
it's like kind of a tie-in, you know?
Then you guys, so he was also on The Sopranos and 24, which was like a really big deal. I mean, 24 was a big deal.
Big, yeah.
Had a bunch of people from the show on here. You have a couple of movies though that you have done that I personally liked a lot. And one of them is called The Crew with Richard Dreyfuss and Burt Reynolds and Dan Hedaya, Seymour Castle, Frank Vincent.
Yeah.
Lainey Kazan's in it. She's been on our show. Jeremy Piven. We just had Krista Campbell and Anthony Carone on in the last year. Jennifer Tilly. So that was a great film. And the other one that's really good is Deuces Wild, which, you know, everybody in Deuces Wild is like a huge star. Everybody in that movie.
And Jim, but when I did that, none of them were famous. James Franco was no one. He was sitting in the corner reading the James Dean book. Norman Reedus was nobody. Johnny Knoxville would come in our trailers and put in these VHS tapes of Jackass. And we'd be like, "What is this?" They all started on that movie. That movie made about 10 stars, literally. And you want to know what's funny? I was supposed to be in it so minimal, right? Scorsese was the executive producer in the beginning, and Scott Calvert, who passed away, he was the director. He sent the footage to Scorsese. You know what Scorsese's notes back were? Add more of Louis Lombardi in the movie. That's how I got so much in the movie.
It's a great movie.
And then I would just show up, Jimmy. I would start improvising crazy stuff. That was one of my favorite films. But yeah.
Look who's in it. Stephen Dorff, Brad Renfro, Fairuza Balk, Norman Reedus, Max Perlich, Drea Mateo, Vincent Pastore, Frankie Muniz, Balthazar Giddy, Matt Dillon, James Franco. I mean, that's like a who's who of today's Hollywood, actually.
Yeah, and 50% of them were nobodies when that movie started. It was insane. Norman, Franco, all those guys were nobodies.
And then you also, because we only have 8 minutes, you did your directorial debut, Doughboys.
Yes.
I think you wrote it and directed it and
I
started
wrote, directed, and starred it, and it all shot in my neighborhood in the Bronx. And most of the characters in that movie are guys I grew up with, people I'm friends with my whole life. It was a neighborhood movie about two brothers from the Bronx who own a bakery, you know, and I put all the neighborhood guys in it who were real people, real characters, and it turned out to be a fun movie. We won like 15 festivals with it, but most of the people in that were tied to what the project was: neighborhood, real people, you know. So everybody you see in there talking, I grew up with. I would throw my friends in and say some stuff, you know. And there's a Mike Starr I know since I'm 18. Vinny Pastore I know since I'm 13. You know, these are guys I just knew from the neighborhood that end up becoming my closest family and friends 30, 40 years later, which I'm still here.
I met Vinny a long time ago. One of the I used to have a manager when I was trying to be an actor, and my manager was Steven Van Zant's cousin or whatever, and so we went to see him perform, and Vinny was there, and so I actually got to meet him. He was like fun. He was like fun guy.
But I know him since I'm 13.
You also have a new movie that just came out, because I saw you talking about it on your Instagram.
Director's Cut.
Director's Cut.
I know Director's Cut.
No, it's a horror movie. I think it's a horror movie, isn't it?
It's on Tubi right now. It's on Shudder, and it's a horror franchise that I star in. I play the killer. It's kind of a fun, interesting, unique horror franchise. If you don't watch it, go to Tubi, go to Shudder or Tubi and watch it. Tubi's free, but it's a really interesting project. And again, you know, one of my biggest flexes about my acting career as an Italian American from the Bronx, I never play gangsters. Most of my movies, I'm the cop, I'm the neighbor, I'm the friend, which I'm really proud of as an Italian American from the Bronx. You know, I wasn't stereotyped ever. And it's funny that you were mentioning all those movies I did. You know how I got a lot of those movies? When Oliver Stone hired me and I got back from Natural Born Killers. All these directors were like, Oliver Stone hired him, and that's when Tim Burton, Ivan Reitman, John Landis. I did all these movies. I would believe on that kind of basis that he got hired by Oliver Stone. We'll hire him, and I ended up working on so many great movies with the biggest, best actors, and that's how I learned how to act too. And like I worked with Robin Williams, Malcolm McDowell. I did a TV series with him in Hawaii for a year.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. So Malcolm McDowell's a friend of ours, and he's been on the show, and I had
Love
no
him.
idea. I didn't even know that they remade Fantasy Island. Like,
He
so
was
you were
Mr.
like the tattoo
he was Mr. Rourke, and I was Tattoo. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And
I
we
don't
lived in
remember
Hawaii.
that.
How could you have been tattooed?
Well,
I
he
don't
wasn't,
know.
he wasn't a little peaceful tattoo. He was a regular people tattoo.
But Malcolm McDowell, I've learned so much stuff. I still talk to him till this day. He is one of my favorite people. He was a true gentleman to everyone. He taught me like when as an actor, not to act, but how to be an actor, being professional. Like you could just see the way he handled stuff. And, he wasn't like, he was one of my favorite people. And he still is. I love Malcolm McDowell to death. His wife, his kids. Charlie McDowell would come to the set. He was 16 in Hawaii. We would all just play tennis and hang out. They were a great family. Malcolm is one of my favorite people, and I love him to death. But that was 1997. And the reason, want to hear a funny story, is but when they auditioned for Sopranos, the pilot, I did a movie called Suicide Kings. Again, I improvised the whole movie. I had no lines in that movie. It turned out to 8 scenes. Georgianne Walken saw it, who cast Sopranos, and called me in and said, "We want to see you for Sopranos the first season." A week later, I got Fantasy Island. So it pulled me out of the Soprano auditions. I went to Hawaii for a year, lived there, shot that. When I got back, that show was a failure. I got back. Sopranos was like, "You're in New York. We're doing second season. Come on in." So that, again, all the tragedies and all the bad stuff that happens in my life, whether my upbringing that led me to this career, the career that led me to one big thing after another. So when I did Suicide Kings for no money, I did it for $500. I ended up getting The Sopranos. When I got back from Fantasy Island, it got canceled. You think the end of the world? It ended up getting Sopranos, the biggest show in TV history. Then when it was big, the second season, and then I was supposed to do
I mentioned, so it's because he asked me why I pointed to him. So Ron used to ride the train with Christopher Walken when he was little, and Georgiana Walken casted it, and you knew her.
Oh yeah.
She cast Entourage. She cast 20 Sopranos. She's one of the biggest casting people. So after she saw Suicide King, she called me in.
She was a good dancer. We used to go to Mount Carmel Church on, I think, Thursdays as kids and dance.
Wow.
And Christopher was going steady with her.
Yeah, he was a dancer too.
Yeah.
He was a dancer, and she was a big girl, nice. I remember her well.
Actually, too, on Fantasy Island, on some of the episodes I wrote down, because we had Olivia Diabo, Liz Vassy, Christina Elise, and Charles Shaughnessy all on our show, and they were all guest appearances on the remake of it.
Right.
I love it. So you guys, other shows you might have seen him on: Monk, CSI New York, Las Vegas, Ugly Betty, Entourage, Young Rock, Mob City, Bad Advice, Magnum PI, CSI, Oliver Bean. I don't know what that one is. 911.
Oliver Bean was my favorite show. One of my favorite shows I've ever did.
Oh, I don't even know what that one is.
It was 1950s. I played the combative neighbor with the star. We would fight for the parking spot. We would fight for, like in front of the building. It was one of my favorite shows, Oliver Bean.
Oh, the other big one too, Jersey Boys. He was in Jersey Boys.
Jimmy, so let me tell you this. So now I get cast in Jersey Boys, right? There was no role. Clint Eastwood saw my demo tape and goes, "I like this guy." Just like Oliver did. He goes, "I want to put him in somewhere. He might not have a big role, but I want him to be in the movie." I was like, "Cool." They go, "Okay, we're going to put him as Christopher Walken's bodyguard," right? Listen to this. So I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be fun working with Clint and Christopher. This is like legendary, right? I get to set and Walken staring at me. And I'm like, "Oh, man, hey, hi, I'm Louis Lombardi." He goes, "I know who you are. You're one of my favorite actors." I go, "Get the fuck out. I go, get out of here." He goes, "No." He goes, "Louis, Sopranos, Suicide Kings." I go, "Are you joking?" He goes, "No, you were great. I love you as an actor." And he took me with him. And every day I spent for 3 weeks, 4 weeks with him, just driving through the sets and eating together. He was the coolest guy. And he was like, "I'm a big fan of yours." And I was like going, okay, this is pretty weird, like surreal, And it turns out every day I was on set with Walken and Clint, right? So Clint would walk by, and Walken started getting up to here with him. He would walk by, Clint would walk by and go, "I need more cowbell."
Yeah, and Saturday Night Live.
And Walken would be like, "Oh God, I wish this guy would stop that."
I love it.
We moved from Brooklyn to Astoria when I was little. And my birthday cakes all came from Christopher Walken's Aunt's Bakery, which was Walken's Bakery in Broadway in Astoria.
Oh, wow.
And when you went in the bakery, the aunt had up on the wall all of his pictures as a ballerina, because Chris Walken was a ballerina, ballet.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, people don't know that. And when
But you know, can I ask you, Ron? Wasn't Astoria all Greeks?
No.
Astoria,
No. Ditmars was Greek.
You know how we know?
Ravenswood, Long Island.
Oh, we're out of time. So
we used to go pick up from the number
All
stores.
Italians. I came from an all Italian.
So here's what we'll do, Louis. When the book comes out, let us know. We'll come back.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it because we're out of time. We want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Yeah, the book is going to be
Congratulations on all
interesting.
your success and on your pizza company, everybody.
Yes.
Ava Lou's Pizza.
Yes, go to Ava Lou's Italian Pizza Kitchen on Instagram. Go to Louis Lombardi. Follow me there, and then follow Ava Lou's Pizza Company, and you'll see all our updates, all the stuff. We have a lot of massive stuff coming with the pizza company as well.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you,
Louis. Good
Thanks,
show.
Louis.
Thank you, Ron.
care.
Thank you,
All
Jimmy.
right, everybody. We'll see you next week, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
Jimmy,
This is MC Alfred.
and Ozzy.
I'm just chilling, Jimmy Star, yo, sitting down and designing. Where every man in thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out.